good? Awful. Episode 13 of Through the Whistle. Thank you as always for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. And we have a problem. I am a man of my word. My fellow Americans, I'm a man of my word. But last time we did a giveaway, I gave the money away. Call me Hay, congrats. Dylan, your Jaguars suck, so I don't know what to tell you. But we hit our like goal. Thank you. 200, as of recording of this video, 215 likes on that previous video. Very appreciative. I thank you. Kevon thanks you. I think. He's probably over there thinking about why the Cowboys suck. His team, his boys. Anyhow, but there is a problem. There's only 89 views on said video. Now, I learned from some very smart math teachers back in high school. Shout out to Miss Two-Ball. Last time I checked, 89 views and 215 likes. Mind you, you can't like a video unless you watch the video. And I gotta beat these allegations. I don't want no allegations that Ty, you're buying likes out here, gang? No. I mean, technically, yeah. But no, I'm not. So, I'm gonna allow y'all the chance to, go back to the other video and actually watch the video. Y'all gotta at least register a view on there. At least to make it look good. Come on, gang. Come on. I'm trying to be a man of my word. I'm trying to give back to the community, give back to the people. The Lord's work. Amen. Shout out to Pastor Troy. But anyhow, I'm back from my diatribe. Yes, I am wearing a winter coat. It is cold as hell outside. I know those don't go together. Cold and hell. That's how you know it's cold. It's cold as shit. Nana, Mom, I'm sorry. More so Nana, I'm sorry. Miss Shay, if you're watching this, I'm sorry as well. But that's why I'm dressed like a New York drug lord right now with this shiny jacket on.
Drug lord.
I mean, do I not look like Tariq from Power?
No.
Why? Because I don't walk everywhere like him? But anyways, I'm done with the diatribe. Thank you once again. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you liked the last video, please go back and make sure you get a view registered with it because 215 likes and it's very, very nice. 89 views, it's kind of fried. The whole point of the likes is to fix the algorithm so we can get more views. We did the opposite. We got more likes, got less views. How's that work? The math? It's not mathing. But let's get right into it because a certain man who's on the Through the Whistle podcast took the whole show last episode. Didn't get to talk to NFL. I think it's because his Cowboys lost by 60 points.
It's a good thing that we didn't talk.
Oh, so you are a Cowboys fan?
No, talk about the NFL.
We got him. We fucking got him. So we're going to start off with some NFL talk. As a lot happened yesterday. I cannot say yesterday. A lot happened this week after Monday Night Football. Amari Cooper gets traded for a bag of chips to the Buffalo Bills. I have a lot of strong feelings about Amari Cooper. Kevon, you have a interesting history with Amari Cooper. And then, not to be outdone, the Jets traded for Devontae Adams. And he was in the facility at the same time, Aaron Rodgers did his Pat McAfee interview.
Very interesting.
He must have been there the whole weekend. Because he wasn't at the Raiders-Steelers game. So he must have been chilling in New York. That's that's from he's not a Montclair, but hey, something. So I will ask you this, Kevon Belcher. It's not a Montclair. It's a you guys want to say it? No free ads. So Kevon, who improved the most out of the Jets and the Bills from the wide receiver acquisition?
I mean, it's hard to not say that the Jets didn't get better. I would say that Amari's impact might be more, but obviously adding Devontae Adams to a core of Garrett Wilson and Lazard. Lazard average.
Lazard insane.
Lazard having the most
crazy.
touchdowns in the NFL right now is
Insane.
That now gets you to move Garrett to number 2 instead of having him be the number 1, which is another insane thing. Now you probably move him into the slot and then have Lazard on the outside with Devontae Adams. That's definitely going to open up the pass game. Still don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to get 300 yards. Don't know.
When's the last time Aaron Rodgers threw for 300 yards?
Over 25 games. It's okay. Doesn't matter.
You were still in your 20s when that happened.
Quando, that's your boy. So talk to your man about that. Hopefully he'll get 300 yards. And no, I'm not saying that's the only way you can be the best quarterback in the league. But I'm just wondering when you're going to throw for 300 yards if you're a top guy. Just, simply wondering that. But back to what I was saying. I think Amari Cooper will definitely help the Bills a lot more than what Devontae Adams will do, only because of the simple fact of I did not think this receiving core was good.
Oh, no, it was dog.
It was
dog
It
water.
was insane.
Jeez. Keon Coleman.
We were legitimately seeing Josh Allen had to be the entire offense. He almost basically threw himself passes at this point because that's how bad they were. Amari Cooper adds somewhat of, fear to the receiving court. Not really, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like you're respecting him. You're respecting that, and Josh Allen now has somebody that can somewhat replace Stephon Diggs than what he did have. And we want to see how it goes. Because, I mean, this path, he was kind of looking like a Lamar Jackson passing season, but I'm not going to get too far about that.
So the interesting thing about this whole Amari Cooper aspect of it, because I do think that the Bills improved the most out of the two because, the Jets' offense was basically just added ceiling. It's all about if Aaron wanted to actually be a competent quarterback. Mm-hmm. Because, boy, oh boy, Daniel Jones is doing the same thing as you, sir. But if Daniel Jones has a more recent 300-yard passing game than him.
Hey, listen, he's Derek Carr.
He's
Derek Carr.
Like, the Jets literally just brought him in because of vibes. You brought in Aaron Rodgers, and you said, hey, this is basically Madden. This is basically Madden right now. You got control of the play calling, the GM moves, your practice schedule. It's whatever. The receivers were not the problem. I know he threw Mike Williams under the bus after Monday's game, even though he threw the game-losing interception. But,
2 weeks in a row.
Mike Williams' fault.
2 weeks.
Back-to-back weeks of having a chance to win the game. And what did you do?
Mike Williams and so
And let's go back another week before that when you lost to motherfucking Bo Nix.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it was the weather's fault. That's what he said.
It's the weather's fault. Then it's Rob Saleh's fault. Then it's Mike Williams' fault. I mean,
everybody, we're going to get through the whole roster before the end of the season.
A wise man told me, the more fingers when you point a finger at somebody, you got 3 more pointing back at you. Wise words of Coach Miranda. Probably quote that from someone else. But shout out to Coach Miranda. But back to why I think the Bills improve more. Because, Kevon, you just said it. There ain't nobody out there playing receiver for the Bills. Shakir being your wide receiver 1?
Yeah, not it.
Get the hell serious.
Not it.
Yeah.
Not the guy.
Man.
Not the guy.
Fuck no, baby. So now you add in Amari Cooper, even though he's Mr. Milk Carton himself.
He is.
Because
when these playoffs come around, he's not going to be there.
These playoffs come around, I think we're going to have a third seat right here in the middle for Mr. Amari Cooper if he's not in the back of a milk carton by then, because you've seen it firsthand multiple years.
Yes.
Hey, Amari, playoff game. We need you to show up big this game. I don't really feel like it.
And it's cold outside in Buffalo.
And it's cold. It's cold as hell.
It's cold outside in Buffalo.
Multiple feet of snow.
Yeah.
But this also helps someone very near and dear to this show. Not James. I know he's a Bills fan. I know he's jacked up about this game, about this trade. This was Ty Belcher. I have Kincaid on my fantasy team. Kincaid might get a lot of touches. You're getting opened up. Pause. You're going to be more. Damn, what? There's a lot of weird terminology in this sports stuff. Kincaid, you'll have a lot more opportunities to catch the ball because you have lighter coverage on you.
Ty, you're talking about this. You're saying this might be a good thing for you in fantasy. It's also not a good look for you in your playoff predictions.
Oh, because the Jets have no. It's a win-win because I did have the Jets winning the division, but for fantasy, shout out to the state of Ohio versus the Huddle. Shout out to the fantasy group chat. 2-3 right now. I'm not having a good time. I am not having fun. I'm not. It's not. I might be 2-4 now. Tippett, you cheated. Anyways, but to make this short, Bills improve dramatically. Yes. I don't expect no more 9 for 30 performances from Josh Allen, because Jesus. But we got to think about the other side of this. Josh has no interceptions this year. Nope. And we all been saying, like, oh, it's good.
Yeah, he doesn't have any, but he's definitely.
Oh, he's had a lot of near.
He's trying.
Yeah, it takes his game.
He's definitely trying.
I think it says he's concussed.
And they said that he has 6 almost not almost, but turnover-worthy throws.
It's crazy that now you say that, but when it was before Patrick Mahomes a couple years ago.
And we all agreed that it was there. I didn't say that. I didn't say that they were.
Oh, but it's okay now because Patrick Mahomes is not throwing those picks.
I'm just saying Josh Allen's. I didn't say he's not playing bad. I say he's doing well. I had him as an MVP not too long ago.
I mean,
listen.
Do you think this is going to lead? You think it's going to lead to him throwing more picks? Because he's going to try to force a more the ball.
I don't think that he's going to sit there and go the whole entire season without throwing 1 interception. But I mean, I think that Josh is definitely realizing that his offense is not good enough to where he can just sit there and throw picks and then his defense is going to back him up.
No.
He has to take care of the ball. He knows that.
Yes.
That's the reason why you're probably seeing more him being careful and not.
He's not lowering that shoulder no more.
Yeah.
Like, no more Jay Cutler, no more.
It is what it is.
The pivot from a man who doesn't throw interceptions. We're not talking about Aaron Rodgers because he's throwing a lot this year, especially on game-winning drives. Bum. Your boy, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
1-to-1.
Yes.
Touchdown interception ratio.
Yes.
With a couple more that were dropped.
Playing bad.
He's playing against a 49ers team who really hates him.
Well,
which is rightfully so. Cost him 2 Super Bowls.
I have a reason. Yeah, I don't think he's lost though.
He has not. Yeah. And this Niners team is looking pretty bad.
Yeah. They're favorites.
Is this the week that the Chiefs get the offense going?
I mean, I'm saying get the offense going. They're still top 10, I believe, in scoring.
Which is foul.
It's a simple fact of, well, they're the underdog.
Yes.
Which is very, very rare. Was it 13 times have you been an underdog? Patrick Mahomes against, bless you.
Thank you.
He's 11-1-1 against the spread when
he's an
underdog. Take that as you may.
The underdogs a week have to win. Remember that.
I don't know if this is the week that the offense gets brought back to life. I mean, again, you got Andy Reid coming off a bye, which we also know
the record is also insane.
21-6 off a bye in the regular season.
I think that's I don't know, Matt. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good record.
Pretty amazing. I mean, but you also got the Niners. They play on Thursday, so that's an extra couple days. I don't know how well this defense is going to do against Pat.
They better do good because boy, oh boy.
You got. think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a day. I don't know.
Oh, he's due.
I don't know if he's going to have, like, the insane last time that they played, when they first got Christian McCaffrey, like, the 400 yards.
Them
out. 400 yards,
yeah.
like 4 touchdowns, 1 pick or anything. I don't know if he's going to have that big of a day because, these receivers still have to get inclined with him with, Worthy now being their number one. I can see a nice, 350, 2 touchdowns, maybe 1 pick, that's...
You saying that like it's slight?
It's kind of slight for him. It's
not this season.
It's kind of slight. This season he's not been looking too well. So,
they talk about the Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy! Now imagine having it's like they in Vegas, back-to-back nights going. They've been out drinking for a long time, so this hangover is lasting. A hangover, but they're still undefeated right now, which is fucking insane. But if you gotta wake up against any team now, you're gonna do it against the team that Kyler Murray just picked apart. You're gonna do it against the team that
Geno Smith actually played pretty well too. He played very well.
If fucking DK Metcalf could catch the damn ball and they'll start getting a penalty every drive, we don't talk about that. They spiral.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about the football that Brock Purdy throwing. They are spiraling. But they still number one in the division, which I don't know how. NFC West. Someone has to want to win this division, right?
I told you my Rams are still going to.
The Rams are still right there, which makes no sense.
I'm waiting until Puka and Cooper get back. We ain't going to give into that right now.
Hey.
My prediction is looking pretty good.
Kansas City Chiefs. Utah. College football-wise, that Utah one not looking too good. We're talking about NFL. But the Kansas City Chiefs, I feel like, keep on. I will be more surprised if Kansas City lost. If Kansas City lost than anything. Because one, Mahomes doesn't lose to these men. He does not.
Well, he has to lose one time. I doubt he's going to go perfect against him in his entire career. Doubt it.
Hey, I've seen Brady almost do it a couple times to a couple teams.
Doubt it. It's okay.
They don't have any Christian McCaffrey. This defense is playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
A top, 5 defense at worst. Mm-hmm. The offense can't move the ball for on the Niners. Brandon Ayuk picks, he flips the coin like Two-Face. You know who this is for. Two-Face, great character in The Dark Knight. We're gonna have come to off season. We're gonna have a couple episodes because y'all don't know ball when it comes to this movie shit. There is no way in hell Patrick Mahomes has 6 straight bad games. There's no way. It's not possible.
I wouldn't call the first game a bad game. I wouldn't say the Ravens game was too bad.
Medium.
It was all right.
Like he gotta.
He's due for one of them.
That's Patrick Mahomes right there.
Yeah, one of them epic games. I don't know, but then again, like I said, I don't know if it's this week. This Niners defense is looking like it's one of those defenses that can be had. So we'll see. 425. So Tony and them probably call it.
Hey Jim, Patrick Mahomes just really does it, man.
Tony's always a good look charm for Pat. So he's always doing well when Tony's going.
It helps that Tony's at every AFC Championship game. I think we might have I'm not saying I want Tony Romo to get sick before the AFC Championship game. But hey, Tony, we don't need you at Arrowhead this year. I need y'all to I like the Chiefs to lose. So once the Bengals, figure out what's going on this season.
The Bengals, wow.
I still believe. Whoa. The Bengals beat the Chiefs second round somehow. We made that work.
All right.
And it's Texans-Bengals, just like I predicted. Talking about the Texans. They got a big game this week, too.
They do.
Texans, we got another possible Super Bowl preview. Possible.
Yeah, okay.
Possible.
Okay.
Texans-Packers? Texans-Packers? Keep on. Texans have played a lot of good teams early this season. They've already played one good NFC North team in the Chicago Bears who found themselves. They just put up 40 against the Patriots. A great team to lock in against. No Nico Collins, though. And they are going against, on paper, we can talk about this on paper. No paper pop today. One of the better defenses in the NFL. Going against a great secondary that includes Jair Alexander.
I don't know if he's playing this week. Is he back? Is he back? I don't know.
They're so up in the air about his injury status, it just makes no sense to me. But Jair versus Stephon Diggs, that's what the kids call cinema. And, hey, you were very low on this man, Jordan Love.
Oh, that's false. Immunity.
In his last 7 starts against teams above 500.
Good ball.
14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Good ball.
One of those including against the Cowboys in the playoffs. And Jordan Love in his last 2 games since he came back from his injury. I'm going to give him immunity from that Vikings game. That's a crazy first game to have back. Because boy, oh boy, that Vikings team is good as hell. 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And you've been saying it all year. The Texans defense, it looked a little
shaky.
Little shaky.
Yeah.
To the Texans or the Packers, who gets out of this game? And mind you,
Send Green Bay.
you're leaning Green Bay.
I would say the Texans have been flirting with this.
Looking great.
Like, they've been flirting with both sides of the coin, talking about, like, do we want to look great? Do we want to take this L? I mean, C.J. Stroud's been showing that he's very much clutch. He's been coming up clutch in the fourth quarter. Game 1 drive, it doesn't matter.
I think that's why he keeps letting these teams come back.
But Green Bay, I don't think is going to let that happen.
Oh.
I mean, Houston's offensive line's not been looking too hot this season. Tunsil has been shaky. Mixon adds another factor to this.
Big help last week.
Yeah. He has a whole nother factor because, I mean, that opens up so much more for the play action. I mean, it would be great if they had Nico. If they had Nico, this would be – I think I would lean way more Houston. But, I mean, I think the Green Bay Packers are more or less playing better complementary football.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans' defense is more better against the pass. I will say that. It's in Green Bay though. In Green Bay.
Flicks of 425.
Yeah. Who's favoring this?
I want to say it's the Packers. Personally.
I want to say the Packers. Yeah, I want to agree with you.
Sorry for the unprofessionalism right now. I gotta look it up. Sorry.
Due to all that, I think this is.
Oh wait, still at 1 o'clock. I lied to you. Houston are underdogs. Spread is at 2.5. Wow, I thought it would be a pick 'em, but guess not. Never mind.
Green Bay's been balling, man. They've been balling. I think they're going to stay good at home, and I think they're going to come out to win. I think Houston's just been flirting too much with that line of they're so close to losing. I think they're going to lose these games. They can't just be perfect in these one-score situations. It's just not about to just keep happening.
Trust me, I've had that same sentiment about your boy. And guess what he does?
He's different.
He just wins. All we do is win. Shout out to DJ Khaled.
I mean, yes.
I don't understand. I think it's all the build up from those losses at Ohio State, fueling CJ in the clutch. But Kevon, we have to remember. This might be this is to prove your point a little bit. This might be I don't know where to must win for the Green Bay Packers because don't look now. The Packers lose this game. They drop to last place in the division.
Yeah.
Even though they will only be 4-3.
Yeah.
A 4-3 record. You are in last place in your division.
I told you that they were all 4 of them could bounce to the next playoffs.
Oh no. You said that after week 3.
Just saying.
You said that after week 3. Because before the season, Kevon, you had the Vikings not even winning. You had them winning 4 games exactly.
Hey, they can go on a spell. Listen, they can lose. But that's besides the point.
I just.
You asked me. Fortune telling. But listen, that division looking
A little too tough.
OD.
Yeah.
OD.
It's NFC North is by far best division in football. Top to bottom, they got it easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Because worst team, what? The Bears versus the Browns?
Man.
Let's get serious.
Man.
But I'm calling it now. This is Tank Dell's game. Big game from Tank Dell.
I can see that.
Especially if Jair is playing. Jair he's gonna cancel out Diggs. I'm gonna be honest. Jair's, I don't care.
I don't know if they're going to have him filed just straight off the injury list. I don't know, but I can see Tank Dell going off though. I can definitely see that.
And I'm gonna need your Mr. Top 5 tight end Dalton Schultz to catch a fucking ball this week too.
Hey, listen.
That would be great.
Need more catches. Need more targets. You know.
More targets? What do you need more targets? Catch the fucking ball. You don't need no more targets.
It's okay. He'll bounce back.
Man. Hey, we getting close to about halfway through the season too, keep on NFL wise.
Oh, I know.
Is this top 5 getting cut down to top 3 anytime soon?
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Depending on, hey, we got 2 teams. We got 2 of my teams possibly playing this week. They playing at 4-5. They loser might
be off. Might be off the island.
Because right now, Cowboys look like they cut.
You can't do it.
I don't think I can. No. It's looking rough. Just everything's playing out exactly the way I said it was going to, and
the only difference is one thing.
They did it.
They actually paid the man.
They did what I said not to do. It's okay.
Hey, if only somebody predicted that the Cowboys would miss the playoffs for the Commanders out of all people.
I said a tank.
Huh.
It's okay. I said a tank, and that's what they're doing anyway.
Ty, how do you think of these things? How do you know? Future sight. Yeah, that's what I have. I knew the Cowboys would miss. I knew the Commanders would be in.
Mr. Hindsight.
Besides, when it comes to, you know what? I'll wait to talk about that after the break. Through the Whistle, episode 13 will resume after a short break. Talk about some college football superlatives. Not like the ones y'all had in y'all's yearbooks. Nah, it's a little different. But episode 13, we'll be back soon. Welcome back in, episode 13. Thank you for staying with us. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm not going to do a long excerpt this time. We have some college football to talk about. We have, it's not as good as the slate as last week.
Close.
It's
really
on the top half, it's definitely very close.
There's some bangers in there. Bangers that we might not even get to.
Well, I say, if we're going to talk about anything, we got to start with the main event. Have to talk about the main event for this upcoming Saturday.
Yes.
We have number 1.
Yes.
This is number 5.
Yes.
1 versus 5.
Bangers.
Texas versus Georgia. A game where, it was almost a playoff matchup last year. Texas, number 1 team in the nation. People are saying by a landslide right now.
I wouldn't say all that.
From some people.
It is. Yeah, this year.
Kevon, Texas, Georgia. Thoughts?
We're going to learn a lot about Texas. Definitely going to learn a lot about Texas. Don't think that, looking at what Texas has played up to this point is something that you're very much just going to flaunt. They beat them. It's not really looking like.
We're still the reigning champs. I don't care.
Okay, cool.
He acknowledged us.
Offense. They have never really played an offense that has really. I guess you would go into a game and be like, man, how are we going to really stop this? And this week they probably still won't. Receivers.
Those
receivers is not that great.
Sorry.
We talked about it last time when they played Bama. Those receivers weren't really that great. The only reason I think they really even got off was because they're playing against Bama. So it is what it is. You got an offense in Texas that's pretty much dominant. I think that is real. I mean, that offensive line is dominant. Those receivers are pretty solid. I mean, Bond and everybody else. And Quinn Ewers, obviously. I mean, everybody was talking about how they're going to just fall off because they lost both the runners. And I told people. I mean,
hey, did they? I don't think they lost. I don't think they lost the running back.
Shambles. Group chat. Can I please get my flowers for y'all telling me that I was crazy to think that Texas was going to run the table even with losing their first two running backs? I mean, they're averaging almost 200 yards per game running the ball. They're averaging over 300 yards passing the ball. They've only allowed 6 sacks this season, but they're playing against a defense in Georgia that's supposed to be great. I mean, they get off the rails against Alabama. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a team that you can't get off the rails against. I mean, Milroe, they're not going to face the same type of dual threat with Quinn Ewers, but they are going to throw a different type of passing game against that. They're only allowing 192 yards per game, 120 yards rushing per game, and they've only allowed, sadly, 17 big plays this season. So
that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
We're going to see. I think Texas is definitely, they're at home. I think that
Stadium pulse.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to get this victory. I think they're going to cover, actually, because I don't think that Georgia's going to be able to keep up. Texas, as long as they can keep doing what they've been doing, we all thought that Georgia's main thing for offense was that they were, no matter what, going to be able to run the ball. They have not been able to do that all season. All season. Texas defense is ranked number 1 in points per game, number 1 in total yards per game, number 2 in passing yards per game, and 23rd in rushing yards per game. And Georgia ranked 92nd in rushing. That is not good. I'm sorry.
I don't think 92. I don't think 92 is a good number, Kevo.
It's not. You're tied for 35th in yards per game and 35th in points per game as the Georgia defense. I mean Georgia offense. And you've not been playing great. I mean, shit. They weren't even able to get 100 yards last week against Mississippi State, running the ball. Y'all tell me. Y'all think that's good? I don't think it's good. I'm sorry. They've allowed the 31st most sacks allowed, and Texas is 10th in sacks.
I'm about to say, keep on. I hope you're not going against a good D line.
That front line is pretty solid for Texas, especially the middle two. I don't think that Georgia, like I said, will be able to keep up. I think that defense is going to keep them in the game for a little bit. Georgia has not been able to score in the first quarter a lot this season. And I think that if Texas can get things rolling quickly, it could be over like that. And it'll be them just playing catch up. So I think Texas covers. I think they win. And I think that they make a big statement that for the time being, that they are by far the number 1 team in the nation and nobody's close.
So, Kevon, you touched on a lot of my points. Georgia has not been looking good this whole season, especially offensively. Yeah, they put up 41 points against Mississippi State. Yes, they came back against Alabama, but everybody has put up hella points on Alabama, and most of them put up points early. Besides Georgia, don't look now. But going into the fourth quarter, with the last 5 minutes of the game, it was 24-34 against Mississippi State, a 1-5 team.
Yeah.
It's not like Mississippi State. It was 41-10 and it's barrage. No, Mississippi State scored 31 points against Georgia.
And it was a game
at Georgia.
Yeah.
Kevon, I promise you. Look, we all witnessed this firsthand, week 2 against the reigning national champions. Boy, oh boy, if you spot them the first 2 drives, GG's in the chat. Yeah. Because one thing that Texas does have, well, 2 things. They have Sarkisian, who's a sick bastard when it comes to designing plays. Jesus. Like, whoa. What are you doing? Like, sir, relax. I saw some stuff last week against Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma's defense is better than than Georgia's.
Yeah.
Like by a country mile. On top of that, they have a quarterback Quinn's not going to give you the ball. Like, I know he threw a.
He had to get back.
Yeah, he had a little shaky. First game back is the Red River shootout. But after the first quarter, first couple drives, he said, "Oh,
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm Quinn Ewers."
Yeah.
Like, y'all thought Arch was going to get back in?
Nah.
No, I know he didn't throw for 200 yards. But the thing is, he didn't have to. The run game is,
Off and run.
if you don't need to throw for 200 yards, you don't need to throw for 200 yards. Trust me. That's how we won a national championship last year. You dominate time of possession, you run the ball, and guess what?
Things break at some.
Let me keep this one. Play action.
Yeah.
Wide open. I don't think that there's really a avenue for Georgia to win this game. I mean,
The avenue is they got to create.
they
turnovers.
find a way to get some turnovers.
They got to get turnovers.
But, Kevon, 7:30 in Arlington, Texas.
It's going to be rocking.
Austin, not Arlington, I'm sorry. That's for the fake Texas team in the NFL. But in
rocking.
Austin, Texas, it's going to be live.
It's going to be rocking.
I'm talking about stadium pulse, squiggles everywhere. And we saw how that offense reacted the first time they went to a hostile area. And on top of that, this will solidify Texas as the number one team.
Yeah, but Ty, you also got to think. I mean, we're saying all this about Texas. This is must win for Georgia. This is definitely must win.
Must win?
It most definitely, because with this L,
You're basically out the SEC championship.
You're out. No, there's no without a doubt. You're out the SEC championship because without a doubt, Bama is still above you, and you're still going to have to fight with those other teams that are still there.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I mean, you got to think this might be, because with one more L, they're out the playoff. So we got to think, like, Georgia's going to come in this game desperate.
That's a hot take.
They're going to
a third loss, they're out the playoff.
Georgia's going to be out the playoff. Because what game your only win is going to be looking at Clemson, who, don't get me wrong, is looking great.
But they're a whole different team now.
And that was a neutral site game, neutral site, quote unquote. But it's like everything else has been, and your resume for everything else has not been looking good. I mean, you beat Kentucky. I mean, your best win outside of Clemson is Kentucky.
And Ole Miss might not be ranked by the time they play.
I'm saying. So you gotta win this game, in my eyes, because if you don't, you're flirting with trying to sneak in as the 11th seed. You're flirting with it, and it's. The way it's looking is that's not a good flirt that you're trying to have right now, because you're going to be battling with a one-loss Penn State, more than likely a one-loss Ohio State, a one-loss Oregon if that happens. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to deal with at least another 3 SEC schools, Texas being one of them, whoever else is in that SEC championship.
And you're going to get the head-to-head over Alabama.
Exactly. So you're playing this game, you're playing with fire. Another game is already in it. Group of 5 is already in it, and then you guys still include the Big 12 and then the ACC winner. And
you might get 2 from the ACC.
And not to mention, they're not putting a 3-loss Georgia over a 1-loss Clemson that lost to you in the beginning of the year. They're not. I'm sorry. They're not.
Especially with Clemson looking.
They're not. So you need to make that push. Now this is the desperate times. You're going to have to pull out all the stops. So granted, I think that Texas will cover and win this game, but it's a 3.5 spread. But Georgia, they better come out there and they better be playing like they asses against the pot, because it is.
Like this game being at 56.5 points for the total is insane. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I don't see a way Georgia scores 28 points. I don't see a way they score.
Unless they're getting it all at the end of the game. I mean, I can see 28.
I mean, but
I can see it.
When Texas played Alabama last year, the same as I think, if you get out front, Texas is not going to look back because they can run the ball so efficiently. Quinn was making throws when he needed to last year. Anytime Alabama got a look, we're about to have a game. Here comes Texas's offense to put it out of reach again. I just don't see how Texas doesn't put it out of reach.
I think that Texas will they won't allow it to be within arm's reach, but I think that Georgia can keep it close. If they can keep it close going into halftime, they have a puncher's chance. They have a punch, but they need to create those turnovers. They need to make Quinn.
They need the score.
Hold on to the ball because it's to the point to where, like I said, this not as Alabama, but this Texas offensive line, they can rely on it. They can sit there and be like, listen,
the pass game out there, let's run it.
If y'all want to force us to do whatever, we will take whatever y'all want because their offensive line is that good.
Yeah.
They're able to sit there and create whatever type of push they want, whether it's in pass or it's in run. Georgia has to find a way to get turnovers, force Quinn to make mistakes, because that's the only way that they're going to have a chance. Like I said, if it's a 0-0 turnover game, Texas is
won by 10 or 14.
Exactly. I don't think that Georgia, like I said, has a firepower to, especially with not being able to run the ball like they used to. And Carson Beck is not that guy to where you can sit there and be like, everything's on you.
Yeah, go win this game.
Everything's on you. You got to go throw for 400 yards, no picks for us to win this game. He can't do that. It's not.
Not with this team. Maybe last year, but not with this team.
It's not. It's not happening.
So let's go with a little bit southeast. Let's go to Tennessee. I'm talking about Knoxville. Neyland will be hosting
At 3:30.
Tennessee,
That's gonna be a
Alabama.
That's a great doubleheader they got right there.
Tennessee, Alabama.
Hey, listen.
Two teams who might be jockeying for that at-large bid come the end of the season. Tennessee's been looking real shaky these last several weeks.
Yep.
Alabama has been looking shakier these last several weeks. Expectations for this game, Kevon?
Well, I'm for sure taking the over. That will be happening. It's at 56. I believe that will be over 56 for sure.
I'll say damn near over 60.
Bama's offense, I would say, DeBoer, you better come in there with the same type of aggression that they had against Georgia, because we talked about Georgia playing for that. It's a desperate spot. It's a desperate spot for Bama too, because
they don't have many games that's going to get them back in.
At all. And not even that. It's not that I'm saying that I think Bama could fall out of there with this L, because they still have the backbone of them beating Georgia. But their schedule does not loosen up.
These next 3 games are crazy. We're talking about Tennessee, then Missouri, then at LSU.
It does not loosen up. Bama, this is a rivalry game, obviously. The board needs to understand that this offense needs to put up 30.
That's a minimum.
Minimum. I'm talking about minimum 30 for them to be sitting there in a dogfight in the fourth quarter. That's the only way that they can sit there. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm thinking that they can't do that, because they can't.
Very plausible.
But they're going up against probably the best defense that they played all season.
Yeah.
Tennessee, when they played last year, it was legitimately, they held Milroe to just not running the ball. They forced him to be in passing, which they were able to do, obviously. But if you're taking away that running ability, especially if you're not worried about the run game from what these running backs are giving you, it's going to be a problem. Milroe's going to have to sit there and show you that he's the reason why he's in the Heisman conversation. I mean, he has the most touchdowns responsible for in the whole nation.
Yeah.
Tennessee's defense is allowing 10 points a game.
Yeah.
They're allowing less than 250 yards per game.
Yes.
Total. They're allowing 79 yards rushing. And Bama already does not run the ball outside of Milroe great. They've only allowed 16 plays, deep shots, and that's including the BS stuff that they was allowing against Arkansas and everything else. I will say that Tennessee has not played an offense like Bama. I will say that might be the only thing that Bama has in its favor, is the fact that they have never seen a Ryan Williams. They've never seen a Milroe for this season. But it's the opposite way around. Bama's never. Georgia is okay.
But their defense I don't think their defense compares to Tennessee's.
Right. So we're going to see who's been frauds and who's not. I mean, like I said,
both teams are on fraud watch.
Because when we go to the opposite, when we're talking about Bama's defense and Tennessee, both been mid, I still am taking Tennessee's offense way more than I'm taking Bama's defense. And that thing, Tennessee going to be able to run the rock. I'm sorry to tell you, but that guy, Mr. Sampson, who's been has been averaging over 117 yards a game and 15 touchdowns.
The only reason why their offense has been able to move the ball with Nico struggling right now.
Legitimately, he's been one of the top 3 running backs in the nation.
Which is saying something,
Without a doubt. He's going to be able to tote this rock against Alabama. And Alabama, that's the one thing that they do okay, quote unquote, because their passing defense is by far in a mile one of the worst. Ranking what? They're one of the in the 80s in passing defense, averaging over 213 yards per game allowed, and they're not playing anybody that's special. Nobody. Averaging 130 yards, and then they've allowed almost 20 yards, big plays the entire season. Nico, his problem is that he wants to see the receiver become open instead of just throwing.
You can't do that. Yeah.
We thought when we saw him play against Iowa last season in that bowl game that he was like, oh, he's
anticipating everything.
CJ Stroud type of thing.
Yeah.
And he's regressed so much more. This play action is going to be able to kill, I believe.
Yeah.
And is that Tennessee?
At Tennessee, Neyland.
I think Tennessee's going to get it.
I agree.
I think they're going to get it done.
I don't see Nico. I know I've been high on Nico the whole season. Well, most of the season. I don't see him turn the ball over against his defense.
I think he can get. I think they can get him one. I think they can get him one.
Even with Florida being, very mediocre, I think their defense is better than Alabama's. I think Arkansas's defense is better than Alabama's. Oklahoma's defense for sure is better than Alabama's. I think this is finally the game. Like, okay, let me get out my own head. Because if you're going to go against any defense in the SEC to get out your own head, you want to go against this one. Because they are dog water. Yeah. You're telling me, first, I've already said my problems with the Tennessee offense. I don't like how spread out the You got to throw 25 yards for an 8-yard slant. Why? That's stupid. But these DBs are pretty ass.
And they're going to have to be out there on islands.
And they are going to be out there 101. They're going to be from here down and up, far as hell. Yeah. There ain't no way in hell. They already lost one time in the state of Tennessee when they lost to Vandy. Let's go ahead and make that 2. In the words of YG, in the song called Whiskey Whiskey, go ahead and make that a double. Because there's no way in hell Tennessee loses this game, in my opinion. This defense doesn't create pressure. This defense doesn't create turnovers. And guess what? You ain't going to do any of those. Even if Nico's struggling, hey, Samson, go win us this motherfucking game. Tennessee, you have the same approval from through the whistle. Stamp it. Before we wrap this show up, episode 13, through the whistle, let's do some superlatives, Kevon. Mid-season superlatives. At the end of the season. It's like homecoming superlatives, sort of slight. Most likely to underachieve. What top 15 team is most likely to underachieve?
Top 15 the most underachieved. So we got plenty of teams here. Alabama, LSU, Iowa State, Clemson, Tennessee, Notre Dame, BYU, Texas A&M, Boise. I think that it's. I made the case. I think it's going to be Georgia. I truly think that Georgia, if they don't come out with this victory this weekend, I think that it's going to be a down spiral. I mean, obviously we saw what was going on during the summer when they was going through all these arrests and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell is going on in Georgia. You got Kirby Smart over here bumping quarterbacks on the sideline.
Shoving motherfuckers now.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if their head's too high. I mean, like too puffed up or whatever it is. I don't think that if they don't get this win, that everything's going to be okay. I think people are going to start feeling the pressure, and I think that it's going to start to get onto those kids, and it's going to be to the point to where it's like, okay, the season's lost. I'm not saying that there's no possible way that they can't make the playoff.
Right.
But if they don't make this playoff, this season's obviously a disappointment.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they were ranked number 1 and was looked at as the
Either
second, if not
1A,
the most,
1B,
exactly,
1C.
with the most talented roster in the country, and they're not looking like that. So I would say it is Georgia, but I can also see. If you want to say Bama, I guess, but I mean, I don't think that any of us have Bama really.
We didn't even have them in the playoffs.
Exactly. So I would say I would lean towards Georgia.
So there's this team out there. They're undefeated, and they've been bailed out twice. My superlative for the most likely to underachieve, the Miami Hurricanes. They've been under the radar these last couple, since they didn't really, have a game last week. They went under the radar. They go and play Louisville this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Then they play Florida State, and then they're going to start rattling off these games. Rivalry game, weird things happen in rivalry games.
I'm not worried about Florida State.
They play at Georgia Tech.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna take that more than Florida State.
And I'm going to be honest. I know you have hard feelings against the guy. They play at Syracuse.
It's gonna be a good game. I'm not saying it's not. It's gonna be a good game.
And their resume is not anywhere close to good enough to get in. I think they don't get in with one. Like, they have a second loss, aside, like another loss outside of Clemson in the ACC championship game. I don't think they get in. I think a 3-loss Georgia has a better argument than that.
Probably.
I think A&M with 2 losses has a better argument. I think Bama with 2 losses has a better argument. I think Tennessee with 2 losses has a better argument. This Miami team is on down watching, if you ask me. Because boy, oh boy, I think
they're liable.
These refs are gonna. They can't bail you out every time now.
Yeah, they're liable.
And you already damn near lost at Virginia Tech and Cal, where you should have lost in both games. But I got an honorable mention, just like you did. Notre Dame, honorable mention, because USC's not looking too bad. They're literally 4 plays away from being undefeated right now, probably. They play at Georgia Tech next week. I mean, this upcoming week.
Yeah.
They play Florida State trash. And look out for Army and Navy. They both have to play.
Yeah.
They have to play both of them.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame, Miami. Convicts to Catholics. Underachievers. I'm calling it now. The next superlative we have. Biggest surprise for this season, team-wise.
Team-wise, I would say you can battle towards Alabama. You can battle towards Tennessee. I think obviously you can. I'm gonna go with Iowa State. Iowa State was not looked at. I don't know why. They brought back
their whole entire
team. I don't know why nobody.
I mean, they brought back the Water Boys too.
I don't know why nobody legitimately sat there and said, "Hey, Campbell's a pretty good coach."
Especially when he has returning veteran talent.
He's a pretty damn good coach, and he's bringing back 10 out of their 11 starters on offense, and then another 8 to 9 on defense.
He might be pretty
good. So I would say that they are definitely the surprise as far as what we have seen. I think that them and BYU will be having that battle of who's going to win that Big 12. But I'm leaning more towards Iowa State the more and more I keep looking at how good they are. They're solid on offense, and their defense is definitely suffocating as far as what they are able to do as far as getting turnovers when they need to. So I'm going to take Iowa State.
For mine, I'm going with Illinois. Illinois, they host Michigan, which Illinois will more than likely win, being honest. The only real tough game they have left is Oregon, which is the week after Michigan, which is next week. After that, they play Minnesota, Michigan State, little brother team. Who cares about Michigan State? Rutgers and Northwestern.
Yeah.
There's a strong path right there where they're a 1-loss team, and They don't have to go play in the Big Ten championship game because Penn State has the head-to-head over them.
Yeah.
So watch out for Illinois. Get that little 11th spot. It might be there. Defense is playing great. Their quarterback, Luke Altmaier, is playing very complimentary football. I know a couple weeks ago before they played Penn State, I said he has 0 interceptions. All these weeks later, let's fast forward to right now. 14 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Just take what the defense is giving you. Don't turn the damn ball over, my brother. But please take it easy on Michigan because I know y'all like to.
I think they're going to get. I think they're definitely going to.
Oh no,
Yeah. They're trying to get loose on y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Illinois, please just take it easy on us, please.
Gotcha.
And the last one, what team outside of the top 10 is most likely to make the playoff? You can even go one power 4, and one.
I would say
One
most
nine.
likely. I want
Outside the top 10 though.
I wouldn't say most likely. I would say surprisingly. If there was a dark horse to sit there and make it, I'm taking Indiana. And that sounds crazy. If they can get this dub against Nebraska this Saturday, listen to the schedule. They're playing Washington. They're playing Michigan State.
Where are they playing Washington at?
They're playing at Indiana at noon. They're gonna be so. Let's say they get. Let's just say that they get.
Washington
this win
playing at
against
9 a.m. in
Nebraska.
their head.
Let's say they get this win against Nebraska. They're at 7-0. Play Washington at home at noon, playing a cross country joint.
8-0.
We're gonna give that 8-0. They play Michigan State. That's
9-0. Little
They're
brother.
gonna have to play y'all with the week off to play against you guys. The offense has been looking great for Indiana. I'm taking a win. I'm sorry. Their offense has been top
The
10 to
disrespect
win.
your champs.
I think they're going to lose to us. And then, actually, no, I'm sorry, I misquoted that. They're going to have the bye week for us, and then they're going to play you guys. So after that L to us, they only got Purdue.
That's a dub.
That's a dub.
So we're talking about at worst. We're talking about 10-2.
And that's me. Like I'm saying, like Indiana's schedule, the way they've been playing, is lightweight. They got a path, but I mean, most likely to make it, I would say outside of the top 15. I mean, Boise. I can say Boise. Texas A&M looks good, but they got to get past LSU and Texas still. So I'm not going to say them. I would probably lean more towards Notre Dame as a for sure lock in for me because I think that, again, they're going to be able to sneak in there. I mean, you say Army and Navy, that's cool. They were great for our armed forces and stuff like that. But when they're going to be playing against a real defense, I don't think that they're going to be able to get that.
Not so fast, my friend. In the words of a great man, Lee Corso. Because mine is Navy.
Oh, my God.
Kevon. They only play one top 25 team
Which is why they're not gonna make it.
before the college football playoff. Well, before the final ranking happens. Well, it'll be 2 because of the AAC championship game, possibly. Kevon, they're the number 6 ranked offense and points per game. Navy, they throw the ball now. Kevon, they are number 13 in yards per game. Navy, offense. Kevon, their path is easy.
Path.
Hey,
They
whoa.
believe in the path.
So, Kevon, you're telling me Notre Dame's not susceptible to losing to a team they're not supposed to? Kevon, you're telling me that Notre Dame's offense is just light years ahead of everybody, and they can't get held less than 17 points?
Listen,
Kevon,
when you're playing teams like Charlotte and stuff like that, I'm sorry, I'm not taking you serious.
I mean, Ohio State was playing teams like that, and you were calling them the number 1 defense.
Yeah, that's very valid.
But
again, we're not talking about a Navy.
Hey, wait. Question. How big of a gap is it between Charlotte's offense and Notre Dame's? Is it really that substantial? Keep on.
The players are that substantial.
Keep on.
The players.
Outside of the offensive line.
I would say Ryan Leonard is definitely more substantial than a Charlotte quarterback.
They played Memphis and Temple and Bucknell.
Nah. Sorry. Baby.
But if I had to go non-group of 5, A&M. Like, it's literally right there for the taking. I know they're on the fringe of the top 10. They're number 14 right now because, hey, that 12th man, that motherfucker be rocking. The hardest games left. I mean, they played Mississippi State this week, one win team. LSU has to go and play at Texas A&M. Texas A&M has to go to South Carolina. We just saw what South Carolina did, but I think A&M's defense is way better than Alabama's. Play New Mexico State. They play Auburn. How many losses do you hear right there?
Outside Texas, which I know
it's a 2-loss team. It's a 2-loss team, and then we're going. Well, you know, for the SEC bias, we're going. Hey, they beat Missouri. It was number 9 when they beat them, even though Missouri is not going to be ranked about time, you know, the final CFP is done, which is stupid. It's a stupid thing. If you're not ranked in the last one, why does it count as a ranked win?
Here's what it is.
So Florida State's going to count as a ranked win for Georgia Tech? That's stupid. That makes no sense.
Here's what it is.
And then Texas has to go to Texas A&M, which will probably end up being a night game. They fuck around and be a 1-loss team. And then you really got to put them motherfuckers in. Pause. So Texas A&M, Navy, the team most likely to make the playoff that's not in the top 10 right now. That's outside the playoff right now. Outside the top 12. Hey, shout out to the armed forces. Sergeant, shout out to the troops. Well, you know, Veterans Day is coming up. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you, Aunt G. Great vet right there. But anyhow, my crew. That wraps up episode 13 of Through the Whistle. Be sure to like. Hold on, I gotta preface this from now on. Like and watch the video.
Don't have to be there.
You don't gotta watch that whole thing now. Like and watch the video.
You know, just give me 30 seconds.
Nah, I think it's about 2 minutes.
All right, give me 2 minutes. You know, just go to the bathroom real quick. You know, just have it playing in the background or something like that. I don't care. You don't even gotta watch it for real. You don't even gotta. Your eyeballs don't even gotta see it.
Put it on your PlayStation right before you go to sleep. Turn off your TV, and it's like.
Or not even. You know, just have it playing while you sleeping. I don't care.
Yeah, look, I mean, I got an angelic voice. They listen to me while they sleeping. I might as well go to New Salem today, try out the choir.
Yeah.
Oh, my fault. Let me chill out. But anyways, episode 13 of Through the Whistle. Oh, this is definitely throwable. This is gonna be my best throw yet. Like, share, comment. We'll be back on Monday, hopefully after a Michigan dub. I'm not gonna throw this because what if the cat breaks the thing? So never mind. There will not be a throw today. Episode 13.